Day 6 of the London Film Festival, and we have a packed schedule for you. Right now we're outside the Odeon Leicester Square for the Mayor's Gala screening of Bright Star, a period drama about the life of poet John Keats. And then we're heading over to the Odeon West End, which is behind cameraman Ed, to catch up with Steven Soderbergh to talk about his new comedy, The Informant. What do you think it is about Keats that has kind of kept his poetry going on for so long, and that so many people can identify with?
He was very, obsessed with the seasons and with the way things pass, transience, and I think that given he passed away himself so young, there's something about the way his story, his life story, and his poetry echo one another, and I think there's something about that has sort of grown into a myth that we'll always find moving. Yeah.
When you watched it for the first time, were you kind of taken aback by the visuals of the film?
I usually find it very hard to watch myself, but it's the one experience so far when I've actually been able to enjoy the film, just as a film, almost as if I'd had nothing to do with it, which I suppose must say something about Jane and her kind of gene.
Ben, look, have a lovely evening, and thank you very much for talking to us. After watching the film, I can't really imagine anyone else other than Ben Whishaw playing Keats. He really seems to have captured the spirit, I think.
Well, he read the script and he loved it and wrote to me and said he'd, looking forward to auditioning, and he really responded to it. So I was excited. And when I met him and saw him and thought, oh my God, you are such a beautiful creature.
He's a beautiful boy.
Beautiful human being, and so sensual and nice, good-hearted human. I was just thrilled, because without real Keats, it's you can't go on, really. Yeah.
Boris, one quick question for you: if you were making a biopic of your life, who would you like to play yourself?
Yeah, I think it's this guy Brad Pitt is the obvious contender. If he's not available, then Clooney.
Brad Pitt to play Boris Johnson. Now, not entirely sure about that. Anyway, we've walked across the square. We're now at the Odeon West End, and we're here at the gala screening of a new film, The Informant. The Informant is based on a true story.
Informant is absolutely based on a true story. Everything in this movie happened, which is why we sort of say that a couple of times at the beginning of the film, because it gets so crazy that I think if people didn't know that, they might wonder if we were making things up. But
earlier today, we spoke to the Mayor of London, and we asked him who he would like to play him in a biopic. And I don't know if you've seen Boris Johnson. He's quite big, got blonde hair. He said Brad Pitt. I wonder who you'd like to play you in a biopic of your life.
I'm really the only person that can play me. But see if you can convince the mayor to get rid of those double-length buses. That was
bendy buses. Boo to the bendy buses.
That was a monumentally stupid idea. So can he change it back?
So you have it, another action-packed night from the red carpet. Stay tuned tomorrow, where we'll be bringing you an education.